Hey there, it's Joseph, and welcome back to the YouTube channel dedicated to San Miguel de Allende's secrets. Today we're going to be talking about what was going on Wednesday, May 3rd, with all the fireworks and men carrying crosses around town. As always, if you need additional information, there's in the text box below links to various websites, including one that'll take you out to Amazon.com that has all the best-selling books in the San Miguel de Allende Secrets book series. Like pictured up in the right, there's Cortez, and he's getting to Mexico City. All this is happening back in 1520. It takes about 10 years till 1530 until the conquistadors get to our area. And when they do, they immediately go to war with the indigenous hunter-gatherers, the Chichimecas, and what's known as Battle of the Barbarians. How the whole thing ends is a giant cross appears on our southern mountain range, like you see in the mural video below. Now, if you were a conquistador, you were Spanish and Catholic, you see a giant cross in the sky, you're going to assume God's on your side, so they stop fighting. If you're the indigenous, for you, any intersection of two lines represented the meeting of male and female, which for you meant the divine, which meant God was on your side, so they stopped fighting also. And all this happened on the feast day of St. Michael. That's why we're called San Miguel. Originally, we were San Miguel de los Chichimecas. In today's World War, San Miguel de Allende for the founding father of Mexico. Little naming trivia for you, we're the first city in Mexico not built upon an indigenous site. So we're the first city in Mexico to have a Spanish name, San Miguel. Other local towns like Atotonilco, Guanajuato, Querétaro, they all keep the indigenous names they long had. In today's world, men will gather up their crosses, go to early morning mass, have the crosses blessed, and then take them to their construction sites. There they'll have an all-day party, and whoever is the owner of the building is responsible for providing food and drink for the workers that day. This is a manifestation of what the indigenous did long before the Spanish got here. When they were building their pyramids and whatnot, the highest level of the job site always contained an altar with drinks and food to appease the gods. The cross here on your right is an Atomi cross on the bridge. If you're crossing over the bridge to get to the Fabrico Aurora, an Atomi cross means that the body of Jesus is not complete. Normally, it just shows his head, his heart, his hands, and his feet. And that's because when the indigenous went off to war, it was to get prisoners of war that they would then have for human sacrifice. The highest local person got to eat the hands and the feet, while the highest national person got to eat the head and the heart. To the left, the three crosses in a row symbolize the two thieves that died alongside with Jesus. Gespus, the bad thief, is always shown as being ugly and unattractive because he makes fun of Jesus. On the other side of him is Demas, the good thief. He's always very young and very handsome, and the only person we know to be in heaven, because Jesus tells him, I'll see you there this afternoon when they're dead. This opened up a Pandora's box for the early church because how did Demas get to be in heaven if he was never baptized? So that created the notion of baptism by intent. If he could have, he would have. So, in today's world, for example, when my Jewish brother-in-law died, he was in the process of becoming Catholic. Because of St. Demas, he got to have a Catholic funeral because if he could have, he would have. So the woman here on the picture to the left, she's carrying what's known as a descanser. It marks where a person had their appointment with death. It means to rest. So Laura, whose name is on the descanser, died many years ago, and that marked where she had her appointment with death. It's not necessarily where she's buried. She would have been buried in a cemetery, but for a lot of folks, it gives them comfort to be where that the now deceased was last on the same plane with them. And this woman must have been very strong to lift that descanser up out of the ground and carry it all the way to church. As always, click the subscribe now button and you'll get automatic notifications on new videos as they come out here on the YouTube channel dedicated to San Miguel de Allende Secrets.